It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Ravens and the Cowboys. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams...
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And the Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
After the interception, here's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 22. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hopkins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Prescott to throw it.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First catch so far by Pickens. It's good for a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. To throw is Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up second down. Prescott yet again. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here, because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And they'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
To throw is Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Jackson now. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
The numbers for Andrews last week,
8 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense.
And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Prescott from the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Prescott now. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the blitz was on there, able to get in the backfield from the linebacker spot and get him 2 points.
Brandon, we know a defensive coordinator right now who's looking for a raise. He had that dialed in perfectly, didn't he? The perfect blitz at the perfect time, 2 points for his team.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken at the 18. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Now it's Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
The tight end in motion right. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The Ravens at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
And Jackson throwing once more. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. After 1, it's 9-0. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again.
And things already were problematic for them. Then you add in the safety, followed by the field goal. Yes, all things considered, not the worst possible outcome, but they've got work to do here as they come up 1st and 10. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now Prescott.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Throwing, Prescott.
That is caught.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of it.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They go play action with Jackson.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Jackson from the shotgun.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now Prescott. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. From midfield now, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Here's 2nd and 3. Flowers going to go in motion right.
Play action. It's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Getting home that time to Marvin Overshown. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here's Jackson to throw.
That one out wide and intercepted.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Prescott.
Got an open man. It's Pickens.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. Prescott off play action. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And again, it's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb,
27 yards.
And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that will shave one more off this lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Jackson.
Short one there, caught by Likely.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And this offense on third down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
A first down carry for Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Here's a diving catch right side. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
One of the tight ends comes in motion.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
And you can forgive this defense just a bit here. They know how dangerous Lamar Jackson is running the football. Stopping him is in many ways a prime concern. So here, they're late to react to the handoff on the option, and it costs them as this winds up a touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense.
He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter.
2nd and 7.
Here's Prescott. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
George Pickens
67 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go as we saw there.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Throwing is Jackson. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to coming 2nd down play. Play action. Now Jackson.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Now it's Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
To throw again is Jackson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 7.
To throw is Jackson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Jackson now. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So well-paced drive. They were able to calmly take it down the field, and then they finished the half with 3 points.
Yeah, and that's what's commonly known as playing the 2-for-1 game, right? Being able to get the points at the end of the half, knowing you're getting the ball to start the second half, gives you a chance to go out and double what you got done in the first half.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin up in the Steel City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, where it was the home team who were able to hold serve and get a victory in their stadium. Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Josh Jacobs, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Anthony Richardson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start out here with the option left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Here comes third and about a foot.
And Bateman, he'll go in motion right here. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. On first down, it's Blue. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Prescott down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete here.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a first down.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They go with Blue between the tackles. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. To throw is Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott. His third touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Cowboys have come back to make it a 2-point game.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2nd and 6. Jackson, option right. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. First carry now for Justice Hill. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Let me get a little nautical with you, partner, because to me, that looked like a feeding frenzy of sharks out there. As soon as that play imploded, they all smelled blood in the water. Everyone screaming downhill, trying to get in on the hit for a big loss.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Prescott to throw it.
Going right back to Ferguson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Prescott. And that's incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Now a toss, left side, it's Blue. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's Prescott.
Fires a slant complete to Tolbert.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Prescott off play action. And this will be incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
They'll try to run for it with Blue. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Pass complete to Tolbert on the crossing route.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead is up to 5.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's got some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Micah Parsons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
In motion left, Bateman. They'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. George Pickens back out now with the rest of the offense.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. And he will not be on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Jackson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's to the 15.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers.
78 yards.
And the Ravens use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Here's Prescott.
That's going to be caught by Pickens.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Lamb. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Looking to throw, Prescott.
That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Now 2nd and 5.
They hand it off. It's Blue. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the fourth. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Going deep for Hopkins. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They go play action now. Jackson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken a fourth-quarter lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Now Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. Prescott to throw it.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
To throw is Prescott. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Kyle Van Noy able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football, CD. That's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run for it with Henry, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down, and the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Here's Dak.
He hits Blue. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. That's caught by Tolbert.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Prescott.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Ravens, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.